Hello dear student, I am Rajwant Singh and today I am going to teach you the geography, the chapter human settlement, the second part. In the previous video, I have told you about human settlement and some parts that is remaining. Today I am going to explain that remaining parts. So dear student, please see the video very carefully and try to understand this. Let's start. Dear student, I have told you about some settlements in villages, in towns, and some settlements that are distributed on the basis of the living of the human being. Rural settlements, this is also I have explained in the previous video that in countries such as India, if we tell about India, a vast number of people reside in rural areas and practice agriculture, fishing and livestock rearing and other primary activities that is important for their earnings, for their living and for their settlements. So dear student, some patterns of the rural settlements are here that you have to know very carefully. Linear pattern is that it refers to those settlements that develop along a landform or human structure with a linear feature such as a river, road, railway track, canal or coastline in elongated and narrow form. They are the patterns of some rural settlements, some settlements of the rural areas. And in the next point, circular patterns, if we say about circular patterns, then these settlements will, according to this pattern, usually that develop in a circular shape around a water body like a tank, lake, pond, oasis and other water bodies. So dear student, some dispersed patterns are also here that you have to know. Settlements that refers to this pattern is also known as a scattered settlement. This pattern comprises isolated dwelling, houses, cultures, and in these pattern people settle between some distances here or there, and the nucleated pattern is the settlements built according to this pattern are compact, agglomerated. Moreover, they are located close together, clustered around, and radiant patterns, and you can say etc. because many patterns are here. So we have to know some major patterns that I have explained. So dear student, today we will discuss about the urban settlements. What is urban settlements? In urban settlements, it may be huge in size compared to the rural settlements. These are characterized by a plethora of services and amenities such as education, healthcare, Medicare, and banks, shopping, and etc. These facilities are available in these areas, and people live there for these facilities so that they can absorb, so they can take the profit of these facilities, so they settle there. And and the building materials like cement, iron, bricks, and stone are extensively used irrespective of the environmental conditions, so that they made their houses, so that they made their settlements, you can say pakka houses and etc. etc. These facilities are provided in urban areas and urban areas are some developed areas than the rural areas. So, dear student, human being settle in rural area or in urban areas, it depends on his capacity and on his mentality and on his facilities. And by seeing all these things, if that is suitable for him, so if it is suitable for them, they settle there. And patterns of urban settlements are here. Some urban settlements are given here. So we have to know about these points also. Administrative towns serve as centers of administration of the governance or national and state capitals. If we say about example, then New Delhi is the first example of this. Washington DC, Madrid, Beijing, Bangalore, and etc. etc. These are some examples that I give you to understand. And the next, market or trading town evolve and flourish as centers of buying and selling, as well as distribution of agricultural and industrial produce. If we say about these things, for example, Winning in Canada, Winnipeg in Canada, Kabul in Afghanistan, and etc. etc. These are some examples. And the defense towns cater to the security and defense of a region, such as the security region, security purposes, such as Mho, India, Pathankot, India, Halifax, Canada, and Munster in Germany. These are some examples for defense towns. And the mining towns are concentrated or centered in the areas where are rich in mineral deposits, and such as Kudremukh, that is in India, and Kalgoorlie in Australia, and Yellowknife in Canada. Collection centers include mining towns, lumbering centers, and fishing ports, etc. etc. And where raw materials are obtained and refined to a certain extent, and industries may also exist in such a way that areas, if we say about example, then Mangalore, that is situated in India, Grand Falls, a timber town in Canada, and etc. etc. These are some places where collection centers are including mining towns, and here are some lumbering centers. So dear student, cultural and educational centers are also famous for their settlements, for their culture, significance, and promotion of art and culture of our country, of our area. Shantiniketan, that is in India, Academy Gorodok, that is in Russia, and Cambridge, that is in UK, are examples of educational towns. And Heidelberg, that is in Germany, and Leiden, that is in Netherlands, are cultural centers. So, dear student, by listening these points, you have known very well that on the basis of these points, we can say that why can we decide the areas of urban settlement or rural settlement. This depends on the facilities and the facilities provided by the government, and that is suitable for the people who live there. And by seeing these facilities and seeing these facilities, people live there.